I have to design a composition, which I'll take some of both of these pictures and design a complete composition on this paper once I cut it down to fit. And it'll be gorgeous because that frame is fantastic. All right. You can see me taking this. These are really in here nice and tight, but that's good. I'm going to try to get this. You know, I do my best work in the mornings before I get dressed. I make my bed. I sit with coffee, check messages or whatever. Then I come in here. So I'm often like not ready to show myself on camera this early in the morning. But I have to show a few things that I'm doing because that's what I want y'all to see. So before I'm going to show you a few of these steps I'm taking. Now again, here's this fabulous frame. Isn't it? I love it. Look at how pretty this is. This is just a plastic frame, but it makes a great statement. So I'm in the process of taking this out. So I might be able to get it out now without removing. No, some of these are like stapled into the cardboard. So now, okay, great. Now I have this. Here's my frame. I'll just lean that right there for a minute. This is the important thing. Now you can see I've torn all this paper off and everything. This is the paper. This is Bockingford paper. It's a very good watercolor paper. I would say it's museum quality. I mean, I know that this paper is good. If you archive it properly, this paper will hold your watercolor for a long, long time. It makes it beautiful to paint on too. So, all right, now this is what, look at that. I've got 3 sections. Well, all I need is 1 because I want to draw around here because that's the size I need in my painting. So I have to get a pencil and my scissors, and we're going to keep in mind the whole reason I'm doing this is because I want to do these Wisteria, not these. This was just a practice in my sketchbook so that I could kind of get my bearings about how I'm going to do this. But of course this will come out who knows how, very originally. I know that because they always do. You can only plan so much. And the rest is up to the paper and the watercolor. So there is my canvas. I will not use a paper cutter. I'm going to use my scissors for this. Edit this part out. Just wanted you to see the process. This. Okay, this is what I'll be painting. And it will eventually be put in this frame. Once I start painting though, on this, I'm going to have you with me. But for now, I have to go and work out a few more logistics. Thanks for joining me this morning. Okay. Trusty roll. I think I'll clean this off. You can take scissors. Take these outer layers off. Or you can just do it however. I'm just taking it off like that. And this can be used as well. I want to get some of the greens in now. Lots of green down here. Yeah, I want this to be really green on this side over here. This is sap green. It's a very nice green too. So I'll come back with this larger quill, as you can see, so I can get a lot of paint on here. These have to be more detailed as we go along. Okay. I need some ultramarine blue. We're gonna have light coming straight on. So the darks are gonna be toward the back here. Now working on this board with this ultramarine. Be a little darker as I get down to the bottom here. Take some of that water out of that quill. Let's let it dry again. I want some red in here. Some scarlet red. Just as like an accent where the sun's hitting, something like that. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. That's enough of that for now. So now I have the initial glaze on here. Not glaze, but you could say wash. And what I want to do is I want to bring this up here. Sit it on here and see how we're going to like that. Now right now, it's too red and blue. I don't want that. I want more purple, so I'm coming back in with purple in a minute. But as far as the composition, I think it's good. We're going to have a focal point here. We got green down this way. We got green here. And I may put a little, like a brick wall or something down here. I don't know yet. But it definitely needs the purple, but I'm glad I got that undertones of the blue, red, and lavender. Okay, so look at that. Yep, got lots of work to do. Okay, that's a little better, right? Okay, let's put that right there like that. And I'm glad I had to do this because it needed to dry. Hey, as often happens, now this background is perfect, but as often happens, I'm going to have to rethink the composition of this thing. So sometimes I'll use some ink to kind of separate some of this out. And this is not a one-sitting painting. This is something that I am going to, be thinking through all the way. These tendril things like this coming off of the limbs, like that. And Need to get more paint on here. Some stuff, just kind of like these things, you know, like that. And I want those in there. And the other thing is there's this thing that comes like that, and then it has these funny little, in a different color even. We'll use this. It has these little things hanging off like this. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I do think it might be pretty in there. And of course we can kind of dull them out a little bit. You know, give them a little bit of a water bath so they don't just look too, that's kind of what I want, you know? So I want some of that in there. Yeah, that looks awesome. You see, so some of that, and as I said before, some of these things, when I kind of go, I may have, because of the, like that, I may have to come back and touch this kind of thing up, which, if you had an ink pen, you could just do it, but, okay, so, a few of these things need to hang down here. I do like that purple in there. Put this up here. Look at that. See, not near done, of course, but give me this thing, yeah. Yeah, I definitely need some of those hanging down there, but I don't think that's the right color. Sometimes if I work in the frame, I'm just, oh, you know what? What about just some dark green. You know, I think that'll be better. Yeah, that's going to be better. And then you can still have this kind of thing going down it, you know. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, but I feel like it needs to be in there somewhere. Even if it's just hanging down here. Let me see. Give me some more umber. And let me put it like way like that. It's pretty. I tried ink with this and I'm not liking it, so I'm going to continue to just do, the reason I say you can do this dark paint, just do dark paint, is because you can always go soften it out. And ink is, that's it, you know, permanent. So, as you see now, I'm just lining a few of these little things with, just to darken the side here with, I don't want to do everything, but, oops. But I do want to do a few of these, you know, just like that, because even though I think that's just important to give it some kind of relief. But what I did by mistake, I'll keep this painting, but my biggest mistake here is I put too many. Now, but it does give that feel, that crazy feel of, you know, so many wisteria that hang together. And I think that's important. So just gonna round a few out here. Yeah. And I believe the finished product will be fine. I don't want to look too much like grapes, but value is not just in color, it's also in line. So to make sure. See, I'm going to hint at these. I wonder, I think this is going to be pretty good. I'm just taking my black and mixing it in with some of these greeny darks, just so it's not such a different color. Now let me come up to here. That's what I needed to do. You know, sometimes you don't know what you need to do until you just start doing it, right? Because sometimes the light, you know, fades things out, correct?